Ilhuicampa, Tlaticpacampa, Tlapacuapa, Miclampa, Cihuatlampa, Huitzlampa. I've come to return the flowers that were stolen from this song. I've come to bring back to you the flowers that were stolen from this song. I've come to redeem the flowers that were stolen from this song. From within the heavens they come, the beautiful flowers, the beautiful songs. In Xochi, in Cuica, in Xochi, in Cuica, in Xochi, in Cuica, in Xochi, in Cuica. Esto es flor y canto. Donde la ave elegante con su plumaje de turquesa extiende sus plumas, encontré el aliento de Xochipilli. Entre la música, canciones, flores, poesía y danza, la esencia de las palabras, la esencia de lo más alto en esta tierra que puede penetrar los confinamientos de la verdad, llegó a mí. Mientras me paraba firmemente, conscientemente en Tonantzin, bajo una lluvia de flores preciosas, canté hermosa música mexicana, mariposa obsidiana. Allá, bajo las ramas de los árboles, en medio del cuadro, dentro del círculo, donde el espíritu águila brilla y los jaguares gruñen, encontré el aliento de Xochipilli floreciendo en la belleza en este campo de flores entre elocuentes cantares, donde la ave elegante con su plumaje de turquesa extiende sus plumas. Es donde los mexicas cantan y bailan en honor de Xochipilli, mientras se sienta en su pedestal, mientras se sienta en un infinito espiral de creación. My first encounter with Central Anahuac, or what they call today as Mexico, was not with Chichen Itza, but with Tenochtitlan, today known as Mexico City, to which for a number of reasons I feel very closely related. I refer to this moment in my life to emphasize how important it was for me to step for the first time on true Mexican soil, and to feel myself to be one who was returning and not one who was arriving. In truth, 7 years ago, as I left Mexico City's International Benito Juarez Airport, going toward downtown Mexico City to the Templo Mayor, the city opened up to me as something I had witnessed before and in which I re-encountered myself. From that moment on, the largest and even the smallest of things, like 2 tiny hummingbirds, began to speak of me, of myself. The snow-capped volcanoes of Popocatépetl and Iztaccíhuatl, the aguacate trees, the nopalitos, the tunas, the radiating sun, the rocks, the perfume of fresh flowers, the smell of the earth, the aroma of fresh tortillas and atole, the brown eagle soaring amongst the clouds, the jade jaguar mask, the chapulines jumping in the grass, the turquoise heart, the beautiful butterflies flying, the songbirds rejoicing, the quetzal feathers, the 2 hummingbirds returning to speak to me of myself again, the beautiful brown faces smiling for life, the copal burning, the indigenous dress, the Hunab Ku necklaces, the movements of the people as they walked in the streets, the marketplaces with fresh baked tamales, the teponazlis ringing, the ancient huehue drums resounding, the cosmic energy, something about the wind, the danzantes with their feathers spiraling to the beat, the songs and poetry of Xochipilli, the ancestors at the Templo Mayor, and Anahuac indigenous culture thriving in the midst of colonial structures and concrete. The presence among the people of expression of their true culture that the colonialists, no matter how much genocide they perpetrated, no matter how hard they tried, could not stomp out. All of this overwhelmed and took possession of me and made me realize that I was more Mexica than I had thought. Now let me fly like a hummingbird and speak to the trees. Learn from the insects, know my enemies. Burn burn all the speed, kill the envy and greed. Return to the essence of the Cuicani, cause the house is on flower bombs, Zapoteca napalm, raining down like fire, cause Satan runs the Pentagon, and my words aren't wrong. He's the evilest destroyer, he's a shriner and a mason with a new world order for you. He's disguised as a lawyer, a cave-dwelling doctor, the pope or a banking, pretty peak imposter, and no, she hasn't lost her children yet. We're living proof. Give your mother earth respect and put into effect the fight for land and life. Man, earthquake, wreck, every high rise twice. Let a fierce lightning strike down the plan of the devils. United we'll be able to tear down their jails, escape from their very wicked modern day hell. Your true roots will fail, Chicano's not for sale. Ipainemouani, ahometeo. Colonizing saw, victim of the Holocaust, now destroy the double cross to invoke the knowledge lost. Colonizing saw, victim of the Holocaust, now destroy the double cross to invoke the knowledge lost.
Emerge through the mouth of an ecliptic snake, holding a scepter of a one-footed snake, with my venom I take, defeating the fake. Make no mistake, I'll see you at your wake, cause I'm leading the blind, the ones that can't find, ignoring the signs, confusing night and day. That's why I pray, burning a bundle of sweetgrass and sage, as the gods turn the page of an old age. Beware of the change and listen to the old ones, for they bring wisdom and are the guides of the days to come. As the clouds start to form and the rain starts to fall, stand tall and keep in mind every movement starts small, but in time will grow. Ancient soul in a modern day body, my lyrics spit out like a 12-gauge shotty, blast the truth through the ears of the youth, giving them hope, not the lies of a pope. I'm at the end of my rope, while the weak drink and smoke, but only a few survive the mirror, the fire, the smoke, a whole.
Colonizing saw, victim of the Holocaust, now destroy the double cross to invoke the knowledge lost. Colonizing saw, victim of the Holocaust, now destroy the double cross to invoke the knowledge lost.
Like the Lord of Dawn, I come from beyond, and the lost memories that are long gone, to change the attitude of the multitude before societies fall and martial law is imposed on all the masses. Worshipping invisible gods is worthless, or else we wouldn't be in this mess. Children in third world countries looking for food in dumpsters. World government officials are the true gangsters, distributing cancers and the money flow. Population control, AIDS in Africa and the Cuban embargo. How far will greed go? As far as we allow it to travel. It is up to us to create a harmonious society, God's vision of humanity's destiny.
Colonizing saw, victim of the Holocaust, now destroy the double cross to invoke the knowledge lost. Colonizing saw, victim of the Holocaust, now destroy the double cross to invoke the knowledge lost. In 1989, they reopened Nachan, Etzna, Uxmal, Kaba, Loltún, and Chichen Itza. Then in 1990, they reopened Tikal, Quilgua, and Copan, completing the work of reactivating the Mayan initiatic centers. The pilgrimages, however, will continue each year until 2013, when, according to the Maya calendars, the transition to the new Itza age will be complete. Before the first pilgrimage, Wombat said that the Maya were going to move the sun. That year, 1989, beginning with the new moon eclipse of March 7th, gigantic solar flames arose, so violent that astronomers called them solar hurricanes. This was when the pilgrimage was beginning. The culmination of the pilgrimage was a ceremony at Chichen Itza that was held between the equinox and the full moon, prophesied as a time to return Quetzalcoatl as fire in the sky. In fact, the sun exploded with activity at just that time. Solar storms reached a phenomenal peak of intensity then, and the aurora borealis, or northern lights, became visible all across the United States, as far south as Florida, Texas, Cuba, and even the Yucatan Peninsula, where the pilgrims had assembled in a circle around the pyramid at Chichen Itza. The solar flames were of such intensity that they could not be measured by any scientific instruments on Earth. For only here on earth shall the fragrant flowers last, and the songs that are our bliss. Enjoy them now. One day we must go. One night we will descend into the region of mystery. Here we only come to know our faces, only in passing are we here on earth. In peace and pleasure, let us spend our lives. Come, let us enjoy ourselves. Let us have friends here. It is time to know our faces. Only with flowers can our song enrapture. We will have gone to his house, but our words shall live here on earth. We will go, leaving behind our grief, our song, for this will be known, the song shall remain real. We will have gone to his house, but our words shall live here on earth. I weep, I feel forlorn. I remember we must leave the beautiful flowers, the beautiful songs. Let us enjoy ourselves now. Let us sing now. For we go, we disappear. Remove trouble from your hearts, oh my friends. As I know, so do others. Only once do we live. Let us in peace and pleasure spend our lives. Come, let us enjoy ourselves. Let not those who live in anger join us. The earth is so vast. Oh, that one could live forever. Oh, that one never had to die. I was born to be the cancer in the belly of the beast. This indigenous dancer spiraling to the beat with solar heat to defeat the mad cow disease. Not to preach but teach. Never live on your knees. Don't love your enemies or turn it to the other. I'm a sorcerer of truth, a Zapata undercover. Now I lyricist. Fuck the INS, cause a brotherhood of death. Finance is set. I buckshot to set critical consciousness. Distant flex. Put a pilgrim in check. Inject and project. Panche Be concepts. Intercept for the hummingbird to the left. Put a wreck to the curriculum of a pope. This no joke, time to smoke this. Winner that lost. I hope that you scope this flower and song.
We're born into a war that's invisible, visible only to our spiritual visions. Living between hell and heaven, I'm dwelling in hell, yet knowing heaven's within. Like pole position, I'm racing against Freemasons and the so-called illumination. My soul emancipation's first prize, so I disperse once with the impact of a 12 gauge. But I gotta watch how I shine on my rage. On the stage, might be surrounded by suits with shades. Cautious, now how I phrase my sentences. All the governmental twist this, label this terrorist. So I'll be clear with this, I'm a revolutionist, anti-oppression, not anti-American. I know I'm gonna die for this cause I believe in, but they can only kill 1/4 of my being. Even though they wanna stop my breathing, try to be seeing this movement cease. The beast can't stop these seditious beats, and if it did force this, would just resurrect as divine forces. I wrote this for those kids who know this and flow this to overthrow this system that opposes all that we believe in. Unity, peace, love, equality, freedom. So keep breathing and keep dreaming and keep believing and keep breathing.
I went rage on a stage in a concrete jungle. I had to kill the fox king of Colombo. Addicted to the truth cause they lied to me. Never buy or believe that technology. Justify what you seen and forget what you heard. Gotta turn and revert to the plants and the herbs, origins of germs. Gotta get the sun, make the Bilderbergs burn. It's me, squats, turn the rain down on Babylon and give it the night. Responsible for genocide in red, blue and white. If the truth is in sight, don't you miss it. Gotta grip it, CBS, so put it past you. Make you miss it every minute and dismiss this. White supremacist, we need an exorcist. The color nemesis or narcissist of terror. Don't live within the air or follow the light bearer. Rockefeller never cared, a native word never scared. No creo las mentiras que me dijo mi maestro. Está feo este gobierno de los Estados Unidos, de gringos. Me roban mi tierra, mi libertad y mi mente. Pero tengo mi corazón muy fuerte. Y mi gente regresará de la muerte. Regresarán a la fuente de la vida. Y destruirán todas las mentiras que me dijo mi maestro. Que me dijo Padre Pío. Y los políticos vendidos. La televisión es para hacernos estúpidos, programados y perdidos. Comprando todas las cosas que nos venden. Creyendo todas las cosas que nos dicen. Despiértate, raza, con el conocimiento de tus raíces. Hombre blanco, no creo lo que dices. Nuestras raíces no están en España o en la televisión. Están aquí en Aztlan, están en la gran Tenochtitlán, están en las piedras, en el nopal, quetzal, chile, maíz, tamal. No creas las mentiras que te dice tu maestro. Aquí o en México, no creas o pierdas tu tiempo en las novelas Ricky Martin o Cortés. Gente, ya ves, son 20 días en un mes, 18 meses después que el diablo resucitó otra vez en el partido PAN, en un juez, en un CEO de los Estados Unidos. Abre tu tercer ojo. Tu pelea tiene que ser por Ometeotl, el creador de muertes y vidas. Estoy buscando verdades, ayúdame, energías antiguas de las mayas, mexica y todas las indígenas, y ya basta con las mentiras que me dijeron mis maestros. It's karma. He who lives by the sword, who lives by deception, will perish under that. The sins of the father will be visited upon the sons. What you soweth, so that shall you reap. And on the streets we say, what comes around, goes around. William H. Emery in the 1840s said, quote, "The white makes his alliance with his darker partner for no other purpose than to satisfy a law of nature or to acquire property. And when that is accomplished, all affection ceases." Senator John Calhoun in the same period said, quote, "I know further, sir, that we have never dreamt of incorporating into our union any but the Caucasian race, the free white race. To incorporate Mexico would be the very first instance of the kind of incorporating an Indian race. I protest against such a union as that. Ours, sir, is the government of a white race." Rufus B. Sage in 1846 in The Rocky Mountain Trapper said, quote, "There are no people on the continent of America, whether civilized with one or two exceptions, more miserable in condition or despicable in morals than the mongrel race inhabiting New Mexico. To manage them successfully, they must be held in continual restraint and kept in their place by force if necessary. As servants they are excellent when properly trained, but are worse than useless if left to themselves." Senator Benjamin Lay in 1836 to the abolitionists said, quote, "It is peculiar to the character of this Anglo-Saxon race of men to which we belong, that it has never been contented to live in the same country with any other distinct race upon terms of equality. It has invariably, when placed in that situation, proceeded to exterminate or enslave the other race in some form or another, or failing in that, to abandon the country." There's no way to escape today, cracker. A table is prepared, and all of the things that the white man has stolen from black, brown, red, yellow is on the table. But death is sitting at the head of the table. The Grim Reaper is sitting at the head of the table. And now, with your thieving mama, your low-down mama and daddy, and all of the descendant dogs who came before you, wallowing in the filth of being the number one murderer, the number one robber, the number one raper, the number one lyncher, the number one enslaver, the number one colonizer, all of their seeds of abuse and misuse and wicked mistreatment of the black and the darker people of the earth. All of that now that your no good mama and daddy and all of them down the wheel of time has committed. They sowed the seed, George Walker Bush Jr., and God damn it, today you must reap what they have sown. You must reap what they have sown.
There's simply nothing like this revolutionary machine anywhere.
I heard them. They're going to kill us and assume our identity.
Why?
So they can blow up the Capitol. That was not American Airlines.
From what we understand, Mark, were you close enough to be able to see any markings on the airplane?
Hi, gentlemen. How you doing? Yeah, there was definitely a blue logo. It was like a circular logo on the front of the plane, towards the definitely towards the front. It definitely did not look like a commercial plane. I didn't see any windows on the sides.
Lately, Kobe down the lane. Counts if it goes. Here we go again.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." fool me. We can't get fooled again.
I'm telling you, the TV's the idiot box. You don't think so cause you're hooked on sitcoms and too busy drooling over Goldilocks just cause she revealed her silicone. Well, I guess now she's got saline on. Got you all hot for the next time she's porn. And she looks real purty from all that cosmetic surgery. Entertainment programming, I have you passive and stupid in a hurry. But don't worry, you got history channels and cable news on CNN. It doesn't matter, they're all owned by the same 6 corporations, my friends. I'm telling you, the TV's the idiot box. You don't think so cause you're hooked on novelas. We're not Latino, but you believe what they tell us, even though they disrespect and failed us, systematically jail us, cause they know we could never make the bail. And it's like hell when Chicanos kill Chicanos in the streets and in jail. Don't forget when the pigs kill us on the border and in the cell as well. I'm telling you, the TV's the idiot box. You don't think so cause there's non-stop sports on Fox and Springer Talk is bomb. Love to hate Masons with no Chicano songs. It seems all whack and wrong, but yet for some crazy reason you just won't listen. Don't care, wanna be a billionaire, brainwashed in bliss and lost in their corporate mission to indoctrinate our children with war talk and naked Goldilocks on their idiot box. Like Bob Marley said, he's a con artist, he's a con man, coming with his con plan. He sits in Congress, at the convention, where they created the Constitution. What institution taught you this confusion? Conned you into schooled you, don't let him fool you. He's a con man, a con artist with a con plan, a trickster, true convict, a constrictor of thoughts based on nonsense and contests. But you didn't protest the Patriot Act, the very contract that'll put you in a concentration camp. Yet they'll claim this is a conspiracy theory, but no, that his history's not a mystery and it's written in blood. And like drugs, he confines your mind to a Eurocentric rhyme, because he's a true gangster, a fly-buying thug, he's a terrorist. Truly he could teach you how to be one at the School of the Americas, but that's not something he could say or portray in confession or at your confirmation. So he has to be a deceiver, a con artist, the caveman slickest and smartest, concealing the proof to manipulate you into a conversation, to be the lucky consumer who won a 3-day vacation on the con man, otherwise known as Uncle Scam, who needs to confuse in order to convince, to be able to convert and thus control you, while conditioning you to get all your information from their libraries, which lie in direct contradiction to the truth. And if your diet consists of nothing but junk food and you fell for all they stated, you might find yourself soon not only mentally but physically constipated. And the con man will only laugh as he tells you, congratulations.
Ellos nos quieren convertir, pero vamos a sobrevivir. Vamos a sacar esos vacíos, sacar esos melones. Vamos a sacar esos vacíos.
Clever with the song, I beat my drum to wake our friends, rousing them to arrow deeds, whose never dawning hearts know nothing, whose hearts lie dead asleep in war, who praise themselves in shadows, in darkness. Not in vain do I say they are poor. Let them come and hear the flower dawn songs drizzling down incessantly beside the drum. Sacred flowers of the dawn are blooming in the rainy place of flowers that belongs to him, the ever-present, the ever-near. The heart pleasers are laden with sunstruck dew. Come and see them. They blossom uselessly for those who are disdainful. Doesn't anybody crave them? Oh friends, not useless are the flowers of the life-colored honey flowers. They that intoxicate one's soul with life lie there. Only there they blossom, only there within the city of the eagles, inside the circle, in the middle of the field where flood and blaze are spreading, where the eagle spirit shines and the jaguars growl, and all the precious bracelet stones are scattered. All the precious noble lords lie broken, lie shattered. These princes are the ones who greatly crave the dawn flowers, so that all will enter in. He causes them to be desirous. He who lies within the sky, he, Seolinsin, the noble one, who makes them drizzle down, giving a gift of flower brilliance to the eagle jaguar princes, making them drunk with the flower dew of life. If, my friend, you think that the flowers are useless that you crave here on earth, how will you acquire them? How will you create them? You that are poor, you that gaze on the princes, at their flowers, at their songs, come look. Do they rouse themselves to aerial deeds for nothing? There beyond, the princes, all of them, are troupials, spirit swans, trogons, roseate swans. They live in beauty, they that know the middle of the field, with shield flowers. With eagle trophy flowers, the princes are rejoicing in their bravery, adorned with necklaces of pine flowers, songs of beauty, flowers of beauty, glorify their blood and shoulder toil. They who have accepted flood and blaze become our Black Mountain friends, with whom we rise warlike on the great road. Offer your shield, stand up, you eagle jaguar. East Los Angeles or East Los Aztlan, the home of the scandalous or the people of the sun? Are we born to be righteous or like a devil with a gun when corporate McDonald's sponsored the Aztlan run? Ronald couldn't come cause that cracker was sprung, but there were indigenous drums and Mexica war songs got sung, with sent a hummingbird glowing to the middle of the mercadito where my elote was overflowing with red hot chile, and I could have sworn I seen Che. In East Los Angeles or East Los Aztlan, is it really just liquor or the white man's poison? Bottled and brewed by the ton. It doesn't matter, the Lakers won. Tepeyac from far they come no matter what. I'm Cuauhtemoc's son and a child of Huitzilicoatzin. And who the hell sent the SWAT team with 66 pigs to our Zapatista gig? You Satanists, let the people live. For oppressed people met your fights and gives. In East Los Angeles or East Los Aztlan, Sodom and Gomorrah countered by an indigenous revolution. Let's Huitzilicoatzin hum. In circles, Quetzalcoatl comes. Within murals, you can find the inventors of zero. Even though now Kobe and Shaq are your heroes, too many Shapiros, Subcomandantes Ramona and Petra are my sheroes. The sky cries when a life dies for kilos. Pimp your mind, not your body, oh precious brown females. In East Los Angeles or East Los Aztlan, the home of our ancestors or modern day Babylon. In Chichiltic or Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin. 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 I'm indigenous genetically, and your genetic memory is in the process of processing truth. To only set you free and open up your mind, alignment planetary. 3 dimensions to the shadow that your ancestry set descending Chichen Itza with the destiny Aztlan. Contemplated where the flowers in the flow into the song. It's sublime, it's a key to our present situation with some knowledge of yourself and the origins of sacred. Huichol, take this, now watch like I say this. Copal burning in the middle of the stage with the glorious path. Now who built the moon, sun, pyramid fast? Lick your Tezcatlipoca, Totamanoli and Vokia. Tonapawali as an investigating warrior, melanated lawyer, a child of the corn. C-section, serpent knowledge, I know I was born. In Chichiltic or Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin. In Chichiltic or Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin.
Elder
Father said it will come soon as I look at the crescent moon in the night skies. Oh Creator, how I try to walk, how I talk, pass a key to the lock that holds my people down. Inspired by the sounds of the wet drum. As a new time come, meditating the sun, I'm on a spiritual run. Each one teach one, then day will come. White buffalo calf, lead the path as we carry the staff back to Teotihuacan, where life begun for the people of the sun. As Creator blesses everyone, and I look at the face of every nation. The sexto soul has been put in motion, the beginning of the end of our oppression, the reclaiming of Aztlan from the wicked heathen.
In Chichiltic, one Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin. In Chichiltic, one Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin.
I'm indigenous genetically, spiritually infinite. We live within galactic energy, so our eternal memory can never be eradicated. I know these suckers hated, remain agitated to see we've elevated and made it this far. Shining bright with the light of the sixth star, the sixth sun will set all free. That's why the Quetzalcoatl's trying to vex my team, throw they stress on me. Yet the Metzgal steam gets all clean within my spirit and heart. So the lyrical art isn't here for no chart, just to rip it apart.
I looked inside of me, and my genetic memory reminded me that I'm the son of the sun, that with the earth I am one. This is the place of my birth, so now I am aware of my celestial worth. Atom to molecule, molecule to particle, in every single animal and every individual. Breaking it all down and found that everything is equal. One with the jaguar, one with the eagle. O me siwat as mother, I am the hijo. Me te Tlilli as father, I am the hijo. But it's so much more than cultural, this is scientifical. A whole lot more than physical, this is all spiritual. O me teo yo, and no me teo tú. We are one with Hunab Ku. Understand fate, return back to the love and set yourself free from the hate, which can only create a whole lot more hate. Is this the type of world that you would want to give to the seventh generation, which includes every kid? Look in their eyes and you will be surprised at what you see through your eyes. Self-reflection, acknowledge connection. Don't abuse radiation, touches everyone in every single nation. Understand this and welcome into bliss, no matter all the hardships of what your condition is.
In Chichiltic, one Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin. In Chichiltic, one Tiltic, Huitzilicoatzin. Not long after 1519, when hell came to Tamuanchan, the Maya learned to use the Latin alphabet to write the Maya language and wrote their Chilam Balams. And this is what they said Christianity brought to them. Alas, let us sorrow at their coming. They have Christianized us, but they have passed us from one owner to another like animals. Only in the mad time, by insane priests, was sorrow instituted among us. Was Christianity instituted among us? The many Christians came here with their true God. But this was the beginning of our misery, the beginning of tribute, the beginning of begging, the cause of hidden discord, the beginning of battles with firearms, the beginning of our trampling, the beginning of our total stripping, the beginning of debtor slavery, the beginning of flogging for indebtedness, the beginning of everlasting quarrels, the beginning of suffering. It was the beginning of the work of the Spaniards and the priests, the beginning of the use of the chiefs, the schoolmasters, and the overseers. They have taught us fear. They have come to make the flowers wither, that their flower might live. They have broken off our blossom and swallowed it down. The Mayan sage practiced Panche Be, seeking the root of truth in order to know and understand. That is, knowing in order to understand. Investigation and study are based on induction and deduction and comparisons leading to precise conclusions based on discernible truth rather than on simple theories, products of the imagination, or hypotheses based on debatable suppositions. With the latter process, today's truth becomes tomorrow's lies. Promoting a theory is easy. Proving it is the difficult part. The Mayan sage uses great discipline in seeking the root of truth. What is most extraordinary is that after diligent analysis, Mayan culture becomes nothing less than pure science. The prophecy of Quetzalcoatl. After that, he asked them to summon everyone to the edge of the sea so that he could deliver his blessings and his promise. Quickly, all of the people gathered. He then went to a nearby rock, climbed it, and announced to the multitude the words of his prophecy. And these were his words. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. I, Quetzalcoatl, colored with blood of serpents, have been born anew. I have become a self-made man in battle, and that is how I came to be my own father. I have come to know destiny's cycles. There where the waters expand and time stops, I only came to prepare a way. Now I must go, but do not be afraid. I am not going forever. You will hear my voice eternally. My song will always return. Do not cry for the bygone prince. I have left you my face, my words, my jewels. Cheer up. A new day is coming. The magnificent day of radiant beauty when I must return to myself. Then you will see me. You, brothers and sisters, will understand the divine reasons. I will raise my harvest and gather what I have sowed. The evil animal will forever disappear, and you will be able to walk in peace. The golden doors will open, and the peoples of the earth will come in matrimony to the temple of the four directions, where you will be asked that you not take off your sandals, and the symbol of unity will manifest itself in an erected tree. When this comes to be, the world will see it. It will be Ometeo's dawn. The power of kindness will now come to you, to enliven you, and to take away all fear from the world. Power of unity, power from the heart of heaven, the one who, upon receiving us, receives only his proper self. Give devotion to truth. Believe in its power. Enliven the light in your hearts, O brothers and sisters. The world will rise for those who understand. At the distance of a shout, at the distance of a day's journey, your man already waits, your elder brother, the green jade one, the bearded one with the pilgrim staff, Tlilli. Time is growing closer. The hour is coming. The humanity of the new sun has been born. See its sign now. Raise your pole. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man? Check this CD out, man. I just bought it. It's dope, man. You gotta hear it.
Hey, but I really got this poem that I want you to hear, but I don't know if you like it.
Go ahead.
You don't want to hear the truth. So I'm gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here, argue, and fight with you or try to enlighten you. The United States of America has always been right for you. John D. Rockefeller would have died tonight for you, would have stopped injustice from killing or frightening you, and Willie Lynch built Africano schools, and Thomas Jefferson was probably the greatest slave trading humanitarian. George W. Bush Jr., imagine all the love he has for brown, yellow, and black children, and how lucky we are to be run by the biggest of corporations. A million more TV stations is what fulfills my dream. Cause you don't want to hear the truth. So I'll continue lying to you. Columbus and Cortez were some righteous fools. 100 million Indians dead is what I learned in school. There I found my indigenous roots in grammar school, where I pledged allegiance to the corporations of the United States of America and to the CEOs for which it stands. One nation, underdog, indivisible, with no liberty and suffering for all except the filthy rich. But you don't want to hear the truth. So I gotta lie to you, just so you'll listen, disguise the truth, and wrap up their Masonic dimensions, and put a bow on their greatest inventions. Santa Claus makes nuclear weapons, Nimrod's on the web, and Rupert Murdoch's not a dev. I heard Goldilocks got shot, that the TV's not the idiot box, that Wall Street got blown up, and that hit all Dorivera finally shut up. No more lies, no doubt. It's metamorphosized, Chicano love. Hey, so what did you think, brother?
What?
The world will note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, a military base. We won the race of discovery against the Germans. We have used it in order to shorten the agony of war, in order to save the lives of thousands and thousands of young Americans. We shall continue to use it until we completely destroy the earth.
Uncover skull and bones and stop fearing the unknown. Behold a pale horse sitting on the throne, planning to take your home, anxious to chip your dome, already tapped your phone. Prescott denied your loan, the barcode zone, the devil got cloned, the rent still owed, the vote got sold. They put a stranglehold on the truth. Controlled education, sold generations of fools. And what do you know? The Democrat John Kerry's skull and bones too. It'll be skull and bones versus skull and bones in the 2004 election. So who you gonna choose in this lose-lose situation? The United States is nothing more than a corporation, a blindfolded Freemason, a secret station plotting martial law. But you want more alcohol to throw up, crash or crawl, and never accept my collect calls. But like Bob Marley said, the more people smoke herb, the more Babylon falls. When we sovereign Mexicans of Anahuac believed in our true culture, we were a people with our own personality. By abandoning that belief, we have become a weak people and are now called part of the third world. From now on, if we want to become a strong people with self-identity, we must reclaim our true sovereign culture. When indigenous culture is discussed, many neophytes say that there is no need to return to the past. I tell these friends, it would have been better had they not been born in Anahuac at all. For neither in life nor in death will they find a spiritual resting place within any of the 21,000 sacred centers of Mesoamerica or the additional thousands in South America. As some of us know, European culture only teaches us to live in a material existence of consumerism and material servility set in the dense third dimension. This impoverished society knows only how to live within its poor material world, ignorant of the true laws and forces of the spirit. When members of this society, who understand only European culture, are abandoned by their physical bodies, their spirits, their essences wander aimlessly in an unknown dimension, then our great indigenous spirits can perceive them strained, disoriented, and involuted beyond the third dimension. Of course, all of this would seem unrealistic to those who only know the culture brought to us by the Spaniards. But this is the truth revealed to me in each of the centers where we conducted sacred ceremonies in more than 13 countries of Anahuac, what they call America. You are a descendant of Amerigo Vespucci? You really think you're a child of Cortez? You are American, Latino, and Hispanic? Is this true, Mexican? I'm sure you're always in Seville at your tia's, or in Cordova at your tío's, to visit on his birthday in Madrid, your close compadre Rodrigo. You got hookups in Hampshire, front row seats to the opera. That was you at the ballet in London. What a night to remember. An exaggeration of thoughts, please excuse the words I have dropped. You'd get disrespected in Europe, white you're obviously not. You run around with blonde hair, your guy's got baby blue eyes. Yours are fake, his real. To the music of Ricky Martin, you can dance all night. But don't be a bendida, don't be a bendido. Be a Mexica warrior full of knowledge, consciousness, and courage. Not a mestizo. If you don't know your true roots, I'm telling you, learn of the Great Lake City, Tenochtitlan, the language Nahuatl, about Olmeca, how the Maya Mexica are really one. Learn Zapata's raza. Who's the murderer? Who's the thief? Who brutally raped and dismembered our mothers? And the slave names that we keep. But you say you're not Indian. How can you claim to be an Indian? It's just not so. There's only one last sentence of my breath. Then you must be a Gabacho. Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to, so much so that you don't even want to be around each other? Before you come asking me if I teach hate, you should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God made you? Hunab Ku, the supreme principle of the cosmic teaching, is now reminding us to renew again the ceremonial centers of the Maya, wherein resides the universal wisdom. From these timeless centers of knowledge, the voices of the ancient ones will begin to emanate from the rocks, the glyphs, and the geometry of our jungle-enshrouded cities. Here we will learn to communicate again with the natural forces of creation. Aho o Mateo, the lyrics got real. Indigenous cause it's time that they feel. Mexika's Tiawi when songs bring reality. Ceremony and prayer with more than any salary. Keep corporate blah Valerie away from me, cause American dreams don't apply to me. In the spirit of the eagle for the sky and trees, I'm not down with negative energies. The 33rd degrees or Illuminazis crowd out the cave with their conspiracies. And now I know exactly where I'm from, though not see sun. Tezozomoc strikes the drum, so consciousness comes putting devils on the run. I now walk 6 sun, revolution is the gun, and my breath will be the bullets for the people. Indígena, Tayacana Chicanismo, soaring like we're eagles in defense of the earth. You are a jaguar known from birth, so sacred. This land's more valuable than dirt to the eagles in the square inside the circle. Where the jaguars growl, we're not Latino, not Hispanic, not mestizo. Never make me a vendido. Amo, Nahac Ni Chicano, Nahac Ni Chicano. Maya, Mexika here to settle the score. We ain't falling for that small time shit no more. In the products in the hood, conscious and hardcore. We ain't falling for that small time shit no more.
I took the Jedi leap with my head high free, knowing Omertale's holding my destiny. Not a selected few who are spreading misery, murder, mass destruction through technology. There's mass corruption throughout society and mass consumption of shit we don't need. All that ice clothes cause hoes means no thing if you're poor and unfortunate. We want more than what dough could get. Gonna for your minds, ain't no slowing there. We flowing with an A-T-U-R-E, steadily elevating. Even as the Bush administration continues raping nations, feeding us food full of contaminations, injecting viruses disguised as this vaccination that's supposed to make us healthy. But medication we're taking is only making the elite wealthy. Lord help me, but Lord he only helps those who help themselves out. Maybe I should grab a strap from the shelf out, get themselves out the hell out. Political, religious leaders straight fell out for pieces of paper. Still I don't hate ya. Love thy neighbors, what I'm told by the creator. I just understand now you're weaker in nature.
Maya, Mexika here to settle the score. We ain't falling for that small time shit no more. In the products in the hood, conscious and hardcore. We ain't falling for that small time shit no more. Maya, Mexika here to settle the score. We ain't falling for that small time shit no more. In the products in the hood, conscious and hardcore. We ain't falling for that small time shit no more. Nahac Ni Zapatista, Nahac Ni Zapatista, Nahac Ni Zapatistas, protectors of land and life, jaguars on the edge of the night, on the edge of a concrete and Lacandon jungle. Got no mumbo jumbo, but serious conflicts. NAFTA, now CAFTA's tricks, hits, massacres, genocidal flicks. Indigenous ding-dong ditch as the violence shifts. Funerals live by way of brown on brown crime because we forgot we're indigenous. It's a sad case when you can see our ribs, when we're hooked on tweak, when we act like freaks, while a southern sister and brother can't get nothing to eat. Why can't we ever speak on Channel 2? Why can't we ever get a segment on Fox News? What does it all cost? It's like Aztlan is all lost, still trapped in the American Holocaust, trapped from the truth, way out of the loop, wrapped up in the box, 1,000 times over double-crossed, but we're waking up from the dead. After 500 years, it's a nueva amanecer, a Yanquicuauhtlehuanitzin, ceremonies for the return of Huitzilicoatzlin's sixth sunrise. I'll tell you 13 times. Nahac Ni Zapatista. Nahac Ni Zapatistas, defenders of land and life, eagles soaring towards the light, taking flight within the tree of awakened consciousness, standing up to fight against corporate global dominance, standing up to fight for and with La Mujer. For as long as she's still standing, our people are not dead, but resisting in Chiapas and Aztlan, uniting as one people on one land. Understand like a spiraling Mexica dancer that we are the brilliant reflection of our ancestors. We're not the cancer nor the problem, just victims of 500 years of European imperialism, 500 years of death, ill fate, and our mothers raped. They robbed us of our religion, traditions, culture, and indigenous names, and after robbing us thoroughly of it all, they give us the drugs, the guns, and the alcohol and say we're crazy. But this is a sacred warrior's call for ancient morality, anti-imperialist mentality, positive energy, and that ancient knowledge to cure our communities of their lost identity and become one with their southern sisters and brothers and see that in one way or another that we are Nahac Ni Zapatistas. What sets Paulo Freire apart from other leftist educators in this era of cynical reason and joins him in spirit with Che Guevara is his unashamed stress on the importance and power of love. And he says about love, dialogue cannot exist, however, in the absence of a profound love for the world and for people. The naming of the world, which is an act of creation and recreation, is not possible if it is not infused with love. Love is at the same time the foundation of dialogue and dialogue itself. It is thus necessarily the task of responsible subjects and cannot exist in a relation of domination. Domination reveals the pathology of love, sadism in the dominator, and masochism in the dominated. Because love is an act of courage, not of fear. Love is commitment to others. No matter where the oppressed are found, the act of love is commitment to their cause, the cause of liberation. And this commitment, because it is loving, is dialogical. As an act of bravery, love cannot be sentimental. As an act of freedom, it must not serve as a pretext for manipulation. It must generate other acts of freedom. Otherwise, it is not love. Only by abolishing the situation of oppression is it possible to restore the love which that situation made impossible. If I do not love the world, if I do not love life, if I do not love people, I cannot enter into dialogue. Every day when the poet woke up, he greeted the sun with words straight from the heart. He spoke this way. Father, my heart greets you on this new morning. Thank you for chasing away the darkness. You know well that darkness is the hiding place of those who have twisted hearts and do bad deeds. Now I can see the path where I will go today without stumbling. Thank you, Father, for yesterday the little flowers were in bloom, and now with your warmth and protection they can discover your face because the cold has gone to dwell in other places. My Father, I do not want to distract you from your journey. I know that in other directions other children are also waiting for you. I want only to ask that you do not abandon me. Be with me wherever you are. Guard my spirit and my energy. Send me strength so that my life and my works can flourish. Time passed quickly. Gray hair covered the head of the poet. One day, 2 beautiful hummingbirds came to his house and spoke to him this way. Our Father, the sun has sent us. We come to put your heart in harmony because the shield of your time has stopped turning. Your light has been put out. All roads arrive at this place. Your life is coming close to an end. You must prepare for the outcome. Don't be sad. This is the way of all the things on the earth. They are passengers. It is like sleeping and waking. Only a little while here and nothing more. Having said this, the hummingbirds conversed with his heart, with respect. They applauded the poet and they wanted to cry, but the poet consoled them, telling them, "Do not weep, brother hummingbirds, to be sure we are passengers. But our words bloom forever in the hearts of the men and women who come after us." Only a little while later, 3 hummingbirds flew by and were lost in the mirroring blue of the sky. Ipainemouani and Cuicani, you got a Tlapalli to call a Quetzalcoatl, Ocelotzin or Huitzilicoatzin. Come back to me, Koyo Shauki. Heavenly energy, see what Tochli, rabbit on the moon, Mesli in Shochi, sacred as the tomb of a Nayarit princess. English is doomed, it's a Nahuatl synthesis, lasso mysticist. Mexika witness this, Cuicani, Yutonali, Papalotzin, beautiful butterfly flying. Through my Anahuaca dream when speaking in Chochi, I speak in Cuica. The flower in the song, Nimo Yol Chikawas. I said Sampa, Nimo Yol Chikawas. Tlacataye gonna let your heart shiwala. All the way to Siwatlampa, warrior woman shaman. Underground Mictlan, the Exodus Babylon. And rebuilt Tenochtitlan. Rebuilt Tenochtitlan. Our Mayan ancestors defined a link between the human and the tree, and it was not based on simple speculation, but from a root of the truth. For if animals are vibrant with energy, so too are plants. If animals subsist on vegetal elements, and if plants serve to cure our physical and psychic maladies, they are certainly our protectors. In fact, they are veritable companions and valiant protectors. Because through the sacred Hunab Ku, the only giver of movement and measure, plants help the human being defend life, its very existence. Moreover, in moments of anxiety or desperation, the human can turn to the tree for help, and being a relative, it will provide help. The sun, Tonatiuh, in Maya, Kin, the great generator of energy, whose job it is to create harmony among all the moons and planets of our solar system. When we pray to Kin, we summon the energy of the creative life force, the transformer of all things. Kin also serves as the omnipresent, fiery lens through which the universal creative life force is radiated to the planet Earth, providing for the nurturance and continuance of all life. A new reign of human enlightenment will commence, according to the prophecies, in the year 2013. At this time, the first stage of higher understanding will begin. If we are willing to work with our subconscious, we will then be able to reclaim the information that has been impregnated in the deepest parts of our being. In this way, the ancient knowledge will rise again, reminding us of the remote time in which humanity was of one mind and spoke a single symbolic, mantric, and scientific idiom. Divine Forces Radio, just to let you know in this third dimension that the matrix-dominated black magicians have penetrated fourth dimensions to manipulate the energies of creation for the most evilest of ends by way of their radio and TV stations, newspapers, and corporate-dominated configurations, creating populations acquiescent and complacent, non-existent knowledge directly adjacent from the water struggles fire and wind at its highest power spirals, circles with higher elements and particles of the Mother Earth for dire cosmic rebirth. I search for the breath and words of the ancestors to wake and heal the mentally disturbed. Nahac Ni Ayokwan, Tahakti Nesawalkoyo, Chihuala Mishlashochi, Yokoyani, Yometeo, the essence, the Tona, the Teo that created us and this very sacred divine forces radio. Just to let you know, in this third dimension, the illusion of the manufactured and invented ends with the passive contradiction to what's wrong with every song about the booty or the thong. Oh, how I long for the ancient flowers and songs to bomb over the airways, climb the 7th step of the 13th staircase, where the sun will inevitably shine with potent and divine, radiant cosmic energy. The Maya calendars are beyond prophecy. The ancients discerned and deciphered mathematically precession and the periodic alignment of the sun and the Milky Way, that God as Father is wisdom, that God as Mother is love, that the guilty one day will pay through Panche Be and the rays of the divine force as the cosmos take their course to 2012, December 21st. How much is the truth worth? The Tao feels the people's sores and hurts, so in turn, he lets the truth expose elite thought control. Well, Yokoyani knows how the currency flows. Ometeo so on